You're watching Connecting the Dots, Reliving Northwoods History with Carrie Bladorn.
When you think of Minocqua, you might picture shimmering lakes, a thrilling water ski show, the call of loons, or the bustle of a summer tourist town. But every fall, there's another tradition that takes over the island city, filling the air not with campfire smoke, but the savory aroma of roasting beef. I'm talking about Beef-A-Rama, of course, one of the quirkiest, most beloved festivals in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. The story begins back in the early 60s, when local merchants looking for a way to draw people downtown for the fishing opener came up with something called Fish-O-Rama. The idea was to celebrate the opening day of fishing with contests, displays, and some food on the side. But it wasn't the fish that hooked people, it was the beef. That first year, in the cold and snow of May 1964, 260 pounds of beef were roasted and served to those in attendance, about 1,500 people. The fishing opener aspect was forgotten in time, and by 1967, the event was moved to the last Saturday in September, renamed Beef-O-Rama and tied in with the fall Colorama weekend. For nearly a decade, the hyphenated Beef-O-Rama name stuck. But in 1976, it officially became known as Beef-A-Rama, the version we all know today. And with that little tweak, the festival's identity was set in stone, or should I say, charcoal briquettes. From there, the tradition grew into something uniquely Minocqua. Local merchants lined the sidewalks with roasters, each cooking a 16 to 20 pound roast in front of their storefront. At 3 o'clock, the roasts were paraded down Oneida Street to Torpy Park, where they were sliced, bunned, and sold as sandwiches by the thousands. In the 1970s, anywhere between 1,600 and 2,300 sandwiches were served in a single day, even when the rain, wind, or snow showed up, as it often did. Many Minocqua residents, visitors, and business owners have been involved in Beef-A-Rama over the years, but one merchant stands above the rest, Harold Helterhoff, longtime owner of Helterhoff's Variety Store, fondly remembered by many as the Mock Shop. Harold was there from the beginning, cooking a roast in front of his store year after year, and helping the event grow as one of its key organizers from a simple merchant's thank you into one of the biggest community festivals in the Northwoods. Over the decades, Harold recalled in newspaper articles that first snowy cookout and laughed about years when the grills were rained out. He became a fixture of the roast-off competition, sometimes even playfully bribing judges with his wife's cookies. His steady presence and humor kept the spirit of Beef-A-Rama alive for decades. The competition for the best roast became a focal point of pride. Judges ranged from local personalities to state senators, and Spice King Jim Ford of the Durkee Spice Company made the trek up from Green Bay to present his towering Spice Rack trophy. By the mid-1990s, teams started dressing up in wild costumes and themes to cook their beef. That playful spirit quickly became a part of the fabric of Beef-A-Rama. Suddenly, the sidewalks weren't just lined with roasters, but with costume cooks competing not only for flavor, but for style and spirit as well. Over the years, the event has grown to include craft fairs, live music, kids games, and even the famous Rump Roast Run, where participants can win an actual rump roast for crossing the finish line. Attendance today ranges from 10 to 15,000 people, with more than a ton of beef roasted, thousands of sandwiches sold in just an hour, and a line that can stretch for blocks through downtown Minocqua. This year's festival is extra special, marking the 60th Beef-A-Rama since 1964. That count reflects the actual number of celebrations, 1 year missed in 2020 during COVID. But the tradition has marched on through rain, snow, and changing times, always returning to fill Minocqua streets with music, costumes, laughter, and the smell of roasting beef. Through thick roasts and thin slices, Beef-A-Rama has endured because it's more than just a cook-off. It's a celebration of community spirit, a thank you to visitors who've spent their summers in the Lakeland area, and a reminder that sometimes the best traditions come from the simplest ideas, like roasting beef on the sidewalk. So whether you come for the food, the fun, or just to breathe in that unmistakable aroma, Beef-A-Rama stands as one of the Northwoods' most flavorful legacies, a festival that could only have been cooked up in Minocqua, Wisconsin. I'm Carrie Bladorn, and you're watching Connecting the Dots, Reliving Northwoods History on Newswatch 12.